Alrighty, Jack, we are live and here at Sebring for the first time in a long time doing an endurance race at Sebring for round 1 of season 32.
Well, good evening, Jake. It's good to be back at AGP Thursday Night Racing.
Yeah. We got to give a shout out to our sponsors. We have sponsors now. I don't know if you knew that. Evolved Talent Agency, that's the sponsor for Turbo Nerds. That's David Maros and Peter Szabo. Those guys are looking very fast. That's one of them in the front there, I believe. Fog Studios, sponsoring PMR, Chris Moses and Aaron Parsons. Morrison Lee, sponsoring Podium Hunters, that's Kevin Kirkbride and Zach Hefner, and then Snowden Studios sponsoring Al and Brad in this race. So that is quite a lot of real world sponsors there for our drivers.
Yeah, moving into the big leagues. Everybody's stepping up and gathering themselves up some sponsorship, which is great to see. If you're interested in sponsoring an AGP, contact the admins.
Yeah. Or maybe Trevor for the time being. Like I said, Peter Szabo up front in that ETA-sponsored car. Looking good on time, but Jonathan Cuppett and Matt Taylor got ahead of David Maros in the feature race, in the qualifying race last week. So it is not an ETA 1-2, but it is Lamborghini 1 through 4. So Lamborghini looking very fast at this track in particular. And we will.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Of course, I've got a few new cars this year. I noticed that BMW was completely changed, and we've got that car, that Scuddy Cameron Glickenhaus.
Right. Yeah.
We were talking earlier. You think it looks like a boat. I think it looks like a beached whale. But
I said it looked like a prototype.
Gorilla is the designer. 3.5 liter twin turbo, 490 horsepower. So we'll see how it does here at Thursday Night Racing.
Yeah, I like it, Jack. So I think it's cool. It's from the back especially looks much like a Le Mans prototype, and it gives it quite a different look than all the cars in the pack. In fact, it kind of looks out of place sometimes when you see somebody come up behind Kevin or Zach. So let's run through the order, Jack, while we got time, since I like to talk. Peter Szabo in the front, as I mentioned. Jonathan Cuppett, second place. Matt Taylor, his teammate, in third. And then David Maros rounds out the top 4. All Lamborghinis, the ETA and the... Gosh, I forget what their new team name is, but Matt Taylor and Jonathan Cuppett are teammates, of course. Kevin Kirkbride's in 5th place in that Glickenhaus we were just talking about. Jesse Olsen then in purple helmets in the Ferrari in 6th. And then his teammate Sean Ricker right behind him. A lot of teammates together today. Aaron Parsons is starting 8th. He's not in yet. He'll be in just a little bit, hopefully. Jeremy Bryant is starting from 9th place. Brad Marys is starting from 10th in that McLaren. Excuse me. You can go. We're missing a couple drivers, but we can go through 11 through 20 if you want.
Jake, I'm having some technical difficulties at the last minute. You'll have to continue on there for a second there, brother.
We will weather on. So Chris Moses, 911 RSR, got 11th place. Abe Wozniak in the Corvette is in 12th. David Poole in another Corvette's in 13th. Gosh, these guys are close together on the grid. Al Merriman in 14th in that McLaren. So Brad just one car ahead of him in that row. Sam Rolfe isn't here yet. He should be. He's certainly coming. He was in the. He's here, and he's in the Z4. Our first Z4 in 15th place. Then there's Iggy behind him in 16th. That's our Argentina team. John McIntyre is in 17th place in that Audi. Salem is not here today. John Ludden in 18th. Omar Gomez in 19th. Bjorn Heyman 20th. Kovas Devier is in 21st. David Zahn starting 22nd. Sergio Calderon starts 23rd. Andrew Werner is going to start 24th. Zach Hefner 25th. Got a penalty. He's actually back here for a penalty. Curtis Chandler, same thing, I believe. Terry may not have qualified last week, and then we got Dan Thorpe rounding out the pack, and Mark DeGrasse, excuse me. We got a full list here, folks. 29 cars, and everybody's here now.
Yeah, it is definitely a full house. As you mentioned, Zach Hefner and Kurt Chandler are in the doghouse.
Yes, indeed.
Penalties from the qualifying race, so they're at the back.
Yeah.
And it appears I've overcome my technical difficulties here. Jake, sorry about that.
No problem.
But it's good to be back, folks. It's been away for a while, and it'll probably take me a week to get settled back down again.
Well, we're glad you're back, Jack. Trust me. They were not entertained enough last week. They said I needed to drink a Red Bull.
I highly doubt that at all, and we're lucky to have you here there, brother.
Well, they got a broadcast. They just didn't get much commentary. I'm not one for talking to myself. We're about to start here, and as soon as I see our cars disappear, I'll do my little shuffle. There it is. Back to our front camera, and here we go. Whoa. All right. Oh, Sabo hits it.
That is a lot of cars. 29 cars, a lot of cars coming in the first couple of complex corners.
Right. Sabo hit a curb hard there. Lots of guys hitting these curbs very hard. Using a lot of curb here. On the first lap.
Peter Zabel off in the grass.
Oh, no.
He is now sitting last.
Oh, no. Unlucky start, but good for... if I had the spotter's guide in front of me, I would know those team names, so somebody will give me grief about that, I'm sure. But Jonathan Cuppett, Matt Taylor, here in the front for the time being. However, David Maros has not had any issues, so he remains in third place. Kevin Kirkbride still in fourth, so these guys holding well. Jeremy Bryant had a good start and hopped up to fifth position. So I saw him hop out there at the start, but I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to get by. It got very busy there very quickly. So, yeah, he hopped ahead of.
Where to send you here, Jake? I got red all the way across the board. It's probably going to take a lap or two for these guys to sort themselves out, but they are nose to tail. I'm sitting in the back of the pack with Mark DeGraw, and they are nose to tail up to about position 15.
Yeah, absolutely. It's busy out there.
New driver shout out, Terry Murphy. What do you know about him?
I think he started last at the end of the Monday season last season, so season 31. And he was with us on Mondays, I believe.
Well, welcome, Terry. I'll get some stats and some info on you and talk you out a bit there. I always like to chat up the new drivers.
Okay, David Maros right on Jonathan Cuppett's tail. Oh, wow.
Absolutely, and Kirkbride not far behind. But right behind him is Jeremy Bryant, who's pushing him pretty good, too. And David Poole. Good to see David back racing again on Thursday nights.
Oh, yeah. David and Andrew both back and teaming up again in the Corvette. They got a pretty late lottery pick, as you can imagine, since they didn't participate last season. So, but they've been making the Corvette work for them so far, so we'll see what they can do.
Well, you know, they've got a great setup guy, and if anyone can set that car up, David Poole can.
Yeah, absolutely. And always shares the setups.
Boy, a little farther back, 15 Al Merriman, 16 Johnny McIntyre, and 17 Andrew Werner. Boy, side-by-side action going on here. This is going to be a lot of action. What are we in 67 laps? Am I reading that right?
Yeah, we got over 2 hours of racing here, Jack.
Werner has, he saved it. He's off track, but he saved it. He didn't hit anything yet.
Yeah. His hold up looks like 12th place. Excuse me, that's 11th. There is Brad and Abe, and that is John Love stacking up. Oh goodness!
Oh, I saw that
touch!
happening. Oh man! And who's sneaking in there?
That's Ludden.
Oh my God! We got Al, Abe, Ludden, Brad Maris. Oh boy! And holy smokes, Al is really diving in tight here.
Al saying,
I don't like the looks of this.
Yeah, I would give him some room if I was Al. Oh, little mistake there, I think.
And McIntyre right up behind these guys. And Hefner with the boat sneaking up on the inside. Too wide, too deep. Going into that turn.
No! Keep it clean, boys. Wow!
Man,
great job! Great job! Yeah.
That's what I call a pucker moment.
Yeah.
And right in behind him is Kobus, and Kobus is probably thinking, just hammer each other there, guys.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, Ludden's hunting down Brad. That Audi was the first pick. So, where was the fun race? Road America.
Yeah, that was 163 for that Audi on that back straight. And I was watching earlier, and Brad Maris was topping out around 159. So that Audi's got some legs.
Yeah, check out the Lamborghini. I'm interested to see what that is at, especially Matt Taylor at the wheel in first place. I mean, just cracking off fastest laps. He hasn't broken 2 minutes yet, but he's full of fuel.
I'll grab his straightaway times to the end of his lap there.
Yeah.
Some great racing going on here.
This battle for 12th still going on.
Yeah, 1 through, 2 through 7 or 2 through 8 is all tight. Chris Moses hanging on to the 9. Parsons on the 8. And David Poole, as you said, the Corvette, if that went late in the round, he's got that sitting in P6, so 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 in P6.